What's up guys, it's Ryan, and No November is almost over, everyone. I think we've almost made it, just a little bit more and goddammit. So yeah, like what's happened before, Square Enix has dropped the motherload on us once again with more screenshots and pictures, and a bit more details in the gameplay for Final Fantasy VII Remake. This includes more weapons, our look at the Cho'Gammog summon returning, the brand new motorbike sequence, and 2 new renders of original Final Fantasy VII artwork. So, let's take a look. Let's mosey. So we start off here by looking at these 2 pictures from the Final Fantasy VII Remake Twitter account. Let's look at these new pictures. To quote the Aerith one, we see the caption, "We've recreated some of the iconic pieces of artwork from the original Final Fantasy VII for the upcoming release of Final Fantasy VII Remake." Here, Aerith looks up to the blue skies, unaware of the spectacular story set to unfold around her. There's also another one with Barrett, with the caption, "Here's another one of our remade pieces of artwork from the original Final Fantasy VII to celebrate the upcoming release of Final Fantasy VII Remake." Barrett holds his adopted daughter Marlene up on his shoulder as they watch the flowers bloom in an old church. And Jesus, Square, what are you doing to me? These are gorgeous, not just compared to the original, but on their own. I do hope to see the Aerith artwork again though, but with the high wind in the background. Since it is a bit disappointing that it isn't there, but it is understandable. This is only part 1. Maybe for part 2. But seriously, great job on these artwork pieces, Square. These blew my mind, and I can't wait to see more. If we see that Sephiroth piece from the original of him in the fire in Nibelheim, I might lose it. In a good way, of course. But of course, that's not all. As Square has decided to reveal even more to Sony in a blog post on the PlayStation blog website, and the social media manager over at SIE, Brett Elston, goes into more detail. So, let's mosey on over there. To start off, he says, "For many longtime PlayStation fans, the original Final Fantasy VII was a groundbreaking, genre-defining experience. We're naturally eager to learn more about the fully reimagined Final Fantasy VII Remake, which dramatically updates both the gameplay and the storytelling of the beloved original. So when we received this latest batch of screens, we asked our friends at Square Enix if they could provide a bit more context for them. Take a peek at the captions below the screenshots, and then browse the full gallery below." We start off here with Cloud's weapon menu. The caption says, "Each weapon has its own unique abilities that increase in proficiency the more they're used. When an ability's proficiency level reaches the maximum, that ability is then learned by the wielder and can be used when wielding any weapon. We see here that Cloud has an Iron Blade, Hard Edge, the Nail Bat, and of course the Buster Sword. The Buster Sword has its weapon level up to 3 and needs 5 more points until the next level. I also really love the description of a large broadsword that has inherited the hopes of those who fight." He also has 2 materia slots equipped. We then see the Buster Sword's upgrade screen, and the caption says, "The different options allow you to improve the wielder's status or increase the number of materia slots available." First of all, this menu is gorgeous to look at, and 2, I do like the fact that you can equip more than, say, 2 slots of materia onto the Buster Sword. Call me stupid, but I was thinking the visuals of the materia being inside the Buster Sword, that you'd be limited to only 2. We don't see what the purple materia he actually has equipped though is. Next up is something we've already seen, which is the menu where the Classic difficulty option exists. The caption says, "Classic mode can be activated by selecting Classic from the difficulty menu. In Classic mode, party members will act automatically, with the ATB gauge filling up as they do so. In this mode, the player only needs to select which abilities, magic, and items they will use their ATB charges for." This brings the feel of the gameplay closer to the menu-based battles from the original FF7, but with the amazing immersive graphics of the remake. It is also possible to revert to direct control at any time during Classic mode by pushing buttons on the controller. There's not too much to say here really, since we've already gotten a good bit of detail of Classic before and gameplay, but I do like the fact that you can sort of take a manual override at any time just by pressing a few buttons. Next up, we got a few more details on Cloud's fighting styles. Cloud is using his operator mode against a soldier, and the caption states, "The triangle button activates each character's unique ability. Cloud's unique ability is to switch between different fighting styles. He can switch between Operator mode, which is a good balance between attack and defense, and Punisher mode, which is geared heavily towards offense. In Punisher mode, Cloud's movement speed is reduced, but his basic square button attacks are upgraded to even mightier blows. This makes me kind of excited to see what they may do with other characters as well, and I like the fact that you have the option to either be balanced, or you just go all out with Cloud's strength. It gives some replayability in the sense of, do I want to do a full playthrough as the Operator or Punisher? It seems like it could be a ton of fun to experiment with. We now get a look at another summon returning from the original, this being Cho'Gammog. Though for some reason they're just calling it Chocobo and Moogle, which is odd, to be honest. According to the caption, Chocobo and Moogle use their special move Stampede to run down the enemy with a herd of Chocobos. While equipping a summon materia, you'll be able to summon a powerful ally once the special summon gauge fills up. Summons will fight alongside you in the battlefield, but you can also use your own ATB charges to have them perform special abilities. Just before they leave the fight, your ally will unleash a powerful special move. I mean, there's not too much to say here gameplay-wise, since we already know how summons work, and in terms of Cho'Gammog returning, it's cool, and it's a Moogle riding a Chocobo. What else do you want? We then get some more news on what I believe is a brand new materia for the game called Access. Access allows you to, when used on an enemy, see their resistances and their weaknesses, making it easier to defeat them in battle. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but isn't this just the Sense materia? Maybe Sense is being renamed completely, I could be wrong though. Then see a bit more of the darts minigame that was teased a bit back at TGS, and the capture confirms one theory, which is the fact that you played at 7th Heaven, Tifa's bar. But that's really it, to be honest. No more captions from here, just pictures. So let's go over the ones I'm most interested in. We see the new motorbike sequence, and we see that both Wedge and Cloud's motorbikes have health bars to them, and we see Cloud uses Spinning Slash. We also see a long range option with L1, which I bet is Jesse using your SMG. It's a fun thing in the original, and I love the fact that it's here more, and it's even more expanded upon. We then get our first picture of inside Varric's home, and there's nothing much else to say honestly, it does look beautiful though. We see Cloud using an attack on multiple soldiers, and there's something to note here. This soldier has different clothing from the other ones, and I believe this may be here to show different forms of weaker and stronger enemies. It's a fun attention to detail. We then see a bit more inside the church, and then Aerith's home in its entirety. Jesus, this looks beautiful. Seriously, I'm still mind-blown by how good Remake looks visually. It's insane, and I kind of wonder how much you're going to be able to explore Aerith's home. Is it going to be as limited as it was in the original, or is there going to be a way more you can do in it? Not too much else left here. We see Cloud using what I believe is his blade beam when break, though it seems to have multiple hits that come out now against one enemy. We see renders of Best Girl, Biggs, and Wedge, and that's about it. Jesus, Square, you really like to spoil us, don't you? I mean, trust me, I'm not complaining. More Remake content is amazing to me, and from what we've seen, I'm getting more excited for this gameplay. The replayability of it, the new additions, the attention to details, man, it looks good. We only got a few months left. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Comment below and let me know. Thank you all very much for watching, have yourselves a great day, and peace out. Signing off.